Hi everyone, today was day 3 of the MIT Logistics and Supply Chain AI class. We covered a number of different topics. I'll kind of go through them right now. Just kind of go through the slide deck and talk high level in terms of what was actually covered in the class. As I've mentioned in previous videos, we typically have a few lectures in the morning and then we transition into having an actual practical lab that we focus on, and we also have a team project that we're working on currently. So let me just kind of go through some of the concepts that we focused on. Today we covered categorical variables, missing values, data pipelines, cross-validation, gradient boosted trees, and data linkage. We had a scenario again where we were hired by Walmart to do a supply chain analytics scenario, and we kind of built on the case that we had yesterday and expanded on it a little bit. So got into types of categorical variables, nominal and ordinal. We got into ordinal encoding, one-hot encoding, dropping columns with missing values, dropping records with missing values, imputation, extension to imputation, pipelines, benefits of them, examples, defining a pipeline in Python, column transformers, using your pipeline, cross-validation, and then benefits of cross-validation. And we talked a little bit more about scikit-learn, which we've been using that library quite a bit in the first 2 days of this class. So got into ensemble methods, which we talked about that a little bit yesterday, and then finally gradient boosting. And then we talked lastly around XGBoost, which is a library, machine learning library that we're using for our forecasting. We're probably going to use that quite a bit in our project that we're coming up with, which is to analyze, it's a port analysis going up the Mississippi River, comparing it to rail and road shipping and trucking in terms of freight. So we have a big analysis we have to do. There's a number of different types of data, and we have to parcel that data out and to find out what's relevant to use in our analysis to build a machine learning model, an AI model, and then ultimately develop a forecasting optimization model. So in terms of the lecture, that's pretty much it. There's a little bit more material, but high level, that's kind of what we covered. Let me just take a quick look at the lab. Bear with me, I'm gonna pull this up real quick. This lab was focused on more of an intermediate machine learning. We again did a case study of a company that had about 1,600 products across 10 cities, and there were specific attributes for each product and store. So we kind of expanded on what we did yesterday, and I won't get into too much detail on this, but we basically used XGBoost, XGB regressor, and a number of other different things. But let me just scan real quick, see if there's anything else worth noting. Yeah, a lot of encoder, scalar related material, imputers, building the pipeline, cross-validation, predictions after cross-validation, and then we had an assignment at the end that we had to encompass. So trying to think what else. That's pretty much it. We talked as a group for a little bit after about our project, and we need to buckle down on that tomorrow, kind of dive into that. We need to have at least an initial, it's not due till next week, but we need to at least have an initial forecast done. So I'm going to work on that model a little bit tonight. I'm not the best coder, I'm far from it. I'm not very good at all actually, but what I typically do is leverage AI tools to help me with the syntax, building the code. I come up with the logic behind it, and then something like OpenAI or ChatGPT will help me build out my code. So I'm gonna spend a lot of time tomorrow trying to figure out what we need to do for our model and hopefully get to where we have an actual forecast by Friday. But day 3 in the books, definitely have learned a lot so far. A lot of it is way over my head. I'm just trying to keep up, and I'm trying to learn a little bit every day to eventually have a data scientist type skill set in, say, a year or year and a half, by just getting reps in terms of coding and finding different data sets to use. And I came across a website called Kaggle. It's got a number of different data sets and even code examples that you can build off of or come up with new solutions on your own. So I'm excited to use those data sets with regards to machine learning and AI with what I learned here and build out things. It's kind of like being an artist. You're able to be really creative and build out these models. It's a ton of fun. This is definitely what I want to do for my career, but I would even do it for free. It's that intellectually stimulating. So that's pretty much it for today's video. I won't be too long-winded, but that's everything we covered, and those are kind of my thoughts so far. Grateful to be here, and I will talk to you guys hopefully tomorrow. Thank you.